Hey everyone, welcome back to Lana's Little Things with me, Dr. Lana. And what we're going to talk about is common pitfalls that caregivers, family caregivers, may find themselves in. And we want to just discuss three with some subsets in them. Not complex, but just things that you may not have thought about, and some things that could really reduce your low frustration. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we're gonna just get right into it. Remember, this is your channel. Like and subscribe, share with a friend. Really helps the algorithm. Make sure to let someone else know, because the content here you won't find anywhere else. I guarantee it. Because we talk about bridging generational gaps, family caregiving, entrepreneurship, active and ageless aging, if that makes sense to you, and just life itself. And from a Caribbean perspective, with a Caribbean doctor, gerontologist. So hello, we cover so many things here. There are over 500 videos for you to choose from, 500 topics for you to choose from. So just a plug to remember to subscribe, like, send your comments, and just spread the word. Because hello, we can always, a help up is a help up, right? We're not doing handouts. We really want to help each other. So going right into that, that's just what I wanted to say for the opening. But what we want to get into is the three major pitfalls that family caregivers tend to find themselves in. And this may be you. I don't know for sure. One of our lecturers used to always say one of these things. We'll get into that. And make sure, and there's always an answer. There's always a solution for anything that may seem impossible at the time, because sometimes caregiving can seem like an impossible task. Like you never get anything right. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. So three common pitfalls would be this agreeing and trying to use logic with someone who has a fixed false belief in a brain that's which is showing signs of degeneration. Daily care errors. Pitfalls. Let me say errors. Not like you're doing something wrong. This is especially if this is the first time. Mercy knows we have all part-time or full-time family caregivers. We have all just gone so many things wrong, not intentionally, and we learn we're in this learning as we go along, because we didn't sign up for this. However, we want to help because we know our loved one really did, and we want to pay it. They did it for us, and we really want to help, but we also want to make it good. We want to make it pleasant, a pleasant journey. It's a long journey. It's a long goodbye. Let's make it a pleasant journey. And the third thing is family caregiving yourself, self neglect. We have talked about self-neglect, caregiver burnout, self-care so many times. I just thought I'd start with that first. FYI, just a gentle reminder, please do not ignore your own personal health. Your oxygen mask goes on first. If you are having trouble, if you're not sleeping, if you are getting more and more frustrated, if you have no help and no one seems to be listening, except maybe the doctor or a trusted friend, and you have access to a therapist, or you've seen a therapist before and they've helped, or you can go online and ask several questions of the many online services overseas, of course, wherever you live, I should say, because we don't have that in Barbados or the Caribbean as far as I'm aware. But there are many online, and we're in an online world, so you can access anyone for help when it feels like it's too much. So don't forget to take care of you, because without you, there's no care. Can't stress that enough. Without you, there's no care. Take care of your physical health, rest, water. Don't let it take you too. Don't let it take you out. Secondly, ask for help. Oh boy, if I know of every single caregiver. That seems to be like the personality. I don't want to say flaw because then I have to include myself, and that's a personality flaw. Asking for help is one of the hardest things for me and for you to do, I'm sure, because you think, oh, I'm bothering this person, or I can get it done, or you know what, I just let me just see how far I can get. And you know what, you keep doing that, you keep doing that, you're gonna get into a spiral, and you don't want to ask. And sometimes people really do want you to ask because they don't know how to help you. So asking is a really good way, as I said on my own, famous child program years ago. Asking for help is a great way to get help. Just ask for the help. Please don't refuse to ask for help. Please lean on support. So that's caregiving. Self-care mistake. Okay, good. So we done with that. You're taking care of yourself, right? First. Secondly, the daily care and management. What happens? Reacting and not responding. Reacting is they say something harsh, but the brain and you're sure it's deliberate. Oh my, and it does sound deliberate, and you react. You react with anger, you react with silence, you react with sarcasm, you react with just turning away, and they know, they sense it. You sense it, then you feel bad. So they insult you. They finding something. The brain is just like going everywhere. All the neurons are firing, and they're firing wrong. Not to mention the background. Not to mention the relationship you may have had with them before. Not to mention things that are coming up, because long-term memory is what stays intact. That's going to keep coming forward. So steel yourself to and be forewarned. We've spoken about this. Be forewarned. You're forewarned before armed. To process, deal, feel, heal your emotions before you come into the room. And if you're feeling yourself building up, stay calm, deep breath, and say, okay, you know what, mom, dad, I'm going to come back in a minute. You're safe. I'll be back. I'm going to your safe room and de-escalate. It's hard to say not to take it personally because it feels very personal. But this is a brain gone berserk, not the person. Just process. Just take it. Just take it. Process it later. But write it down. I mean, you can say, well, one thing you can do is take a journal. Make a journal. That helps so much. How did I react today? How did I feel today? Face how you were feeling. What did I do today? What can I do differently? Not better, differently. How can I respond differently so that it helps me? That's one. Rushing. Oh boy, they make you feel like you have to get everything done. Laundry, cleaning, lunch, breakfast. If you have hired assistants, even that. Sometimes you're like, well, I still got my laundry to do. They got bills to pay. They've got this. You may or may not have family assistants. You may or may it may just be you day and night, and you're rushing here, rushing there, rushing there, rushing there. This is a long game. If you rush any game, you're gonna lose. So don't move too fast. I'm not saying move at a snail's pace. I'm not saying not to get things done. Again, a schedule is key. So, and remember we talked about a weekly schedule. So you have a plan for each thing. That reduces your rush. That reduces your anxiety. It reduces the did I forget something? It will reduce that. Under daily care management as well is doing too much too soon. Now, even in early stages, even in mid stages of dementia, Alzheimer's. I'm going to say Alzheimer's, that's the most common one. Even other types. Persons really, they want to maintain you want them to maintain their autonomy. I will leave a link in the Making a Sandwich post that I did recently, which everyone seemed to like because it gives you practical ideas. So you want them to maintain autonomy. You want to help them in the bath and not bathe them. You want to help them make the breakfast or lunch and not just do it and hand it, because then the sense of helplessness and hopelessness and withdrawal, you'll see them do that. And many persons with dementia are also depressed because they feel as though they are a burden, and many of them do express a feeling as though, you know what, nobody wants me here and I don't want to be here anymore. You don't want that for your mom or dad or spouse. You don't want that, because we wouldn't want that for ourselves. So think of it, I'm helping them maintain their autonomy as long as possible. So help them make something, help them to, don't give them too many things to decide on. Just say, okay mom, you need a little help here, and come, and the words and the tone and the energy you bring will be fed back, and it makes for such a better relationship. So don't do too much too soon, don't take over. This one gets me really, because I think everyone thinks, okay, just put them in front of the television. This happens in care facilities and it drives me bonkers. Loud TV, loud noises, especially if you live in the Caribbean, you may have or an urban environment or a rural environment. Let's say you live in an urban environment and there's traffic up, down, there's noise everywhere. People at the bus stop, people making noise, people outside. And it creates a disruption, especially in the afternoon, and that makes sundowning worse. We've linked in sundowning as well. So avoid those. Calm music, not television that shows violence and crime. And the brain will process everything, and that disrupts their sleep. It disrupts their activity. It's passive entertainment, so they're just there, blank staring, but they're absorbing all that negativity. So not too loud, not a busy room, not a chaotic environment. Let them be in a quiet space, and you have your quiet space. See when they're agitated from something and change the channel. It really does benefit everybody. So if you like the violent movies, nothing wrong with that. You want the extra drama, okay, fine. Watch it on your own device with headphones. Please, it's a matter of consideration for yourself and for them. And finally, communication and interaction pitfalls. Well, we already spoke about the argument. It's pointless arguing with a brain that can't process what you're talking about. And I know that affects closure, and a lot of hurts and a lot of unresolved things, a lot of unresolved issues that you really would have liked to get through won't happen. And so acceptance, so you bring that with you. We talked about multi-step commands, so one step at a time, whatever you're doing, one step at a time. And remember, this happens in doctor's offices too when you come to the doctor, and I always encourage family members, and I let the person know, okay, we are going to talk about you for a little bit. I'm going to let your son or daughter talk about, and then I'm coming right to you tell me everything. And so they know they're not being excluded. Can you imagine like being here and you're just an object, and everybody around is talking all around you? Oh, she does this, she does that, he does this, he does that. And you're just sitting there listening to this litany in the doctor's office, feeling embarrassed, feeling shrunken, feeling lesser than, and feel as though you can't say anything. So by the time the doctor comes around and says, how are you feeling? You're like, well, you didn't even acknowledge that I exist. How would you feel? So you usually what to start with is let the person be involved. Say, mom, dad, we're talking about this. We are gonna involve in a conversation. I want to hear what you have to say, even if it's confabulation, which is making up words. Hold their hand. Touch is so important. So those three things. Yes, there might be pitfalls, but for each one, there's a tweak we can do. Remember, empathy, putting myself in your shoes. If the roles are reversed, what would you want? What would we want done? So from my heart to yours, Dr. Lana, I hope this helped. Again, like, subscribe, share with a friend, press the notification bell, send your comments. What works? What frustrates you the most? And let's just do this together, and let's raise this channel and just raise the awareness, because the better we do it, we're not We're just one little fish in the sea. But if we all come together, we help each other better. From my heart to yours, Dr. Anna. Good morning, good evening, good night. And having said that, in a little while, mwah.